Hi, everybody. This is Virginia Milner coming to you with the DeKalb County Library System with a new project. And it is almost cherry blossom time, so I do like to do something for that. And we're going to do something. I've used this technique for something else, and I thought it would be a neat one to use for the cherry blossoms in making a cherry blossom vine necklace. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to use twisted wire and create our own little cherry blossom looking vines to make into a kind of a bar necklace, except that it's going to be vines. And it's a really simple project. I'm kind of on this less is more kick, where you can get more out of using less or fewer components. So all that you're going to need for this is 24 gauge wire and beads. I'm using seed beads, but you can also use crystals. I've done this with crystals and it comes out really pretty too. But today I'm using seed beads because I want a really strong burst of color. And you need jump rings and a lobster clasp. So that's it, 4 things: wire, beads, lobster clasp, jump rings. The only tools that you need are your round nose pliers. You don't even, I don't think, need the flat nose pliers, but we'll just keep them out just because they're handy. And cutters and a ruler to cut your wire. Oh, there's one other component. You need a chain. So we're going to have 5 things: wire, beads, chain, jump rings, and lobster clasp. That's it. So I've been saying this for the last few videos. These videos and tutorials are free to you. They're brought to you by the DeKalb County Library System. Either the Friends group from a particular library has sponsored it, or the Library Foundation has sponsored it, so that it's free to you. The kits are also free to you. There are a limited supply of them through the month of March. They're going to be at Toco Hills, North Lake, and Clarkston branches. So give them a call, see if they have any still in stock, and then run on out and get them, because again, very limited quantities, completely free for your enjoyment. So let's get started. Let's go on down here to the other camera and let's get started on our project. So like I said, what you're going to need is 24 gauge wire. In this case, I'm using 20-inch or 18 inches. So about a half a yard of 24 gauge wire, and a nice large selection, in my case, of red seed beads. And I'm using the 4O seed beads. So I can get a nice burst of color, and they're not too small to work with, because people keep saying these beads are too tiny. So that's as far as small as I will ever go on seed beads. That's small enough. So the number of beads that you need depends on what long you want your vine to be. It's up to you. So first thing that I need to do is take my wire and fold it in half, or find the halfway point to my 18 inches. And then grab my round nose pliers, and I'm going to make a loop. And all I need to do to make my loop is cross over my wires like that. And now I'm going to give it a couple of twists. I'm going to twist it 3 times. This is going to be the start of my vine. I'm going to give it 5 twists. Okay, so there's the start. I'm going to bring this down a little bit closer. And now we start with our flowering vines by putting 3 nope. First thing I do is make a loop. I was going to say, wait, that doesn't look right. Actually, no. I can do either. I can make my loop, or I can put my beads on and then make a loop. And for me, I think it's easier to put the beads on first and make a loop around the beads. So I'm going to put 3 beads over one of my strands of wire. Let it drop down until it meets the twists that I just made. Then I'm going to scoot it out until I have about ½ inch of wire between the twists and the beads. Then I'm going to make a loop with my beads on it. And in order to do that, I just cross my wires over like that. And now I'm going to twist my wire, start twisting, holding on to the beads, holding on to the wire. And I'm going to twist until the wire meets the other twists that I made in the beginning. So there is one of my flowering vines. Then I'm going to bring those wires together, my 2 wires, cross them over, and I'm going to twist to make another main branch. So the wires that I twist without beads on them, those are your branches. And now I'm going to make another flowering vine. And I like to do whichever one is the longest is the one that I'll make my next flowering vine. So it's this one right here. That's the longest. Put 3 more beads on. Oops. Then drop down to meet the twist. Scoot it up until I have a ½ inch between the last twists and my beads. Fold my beads over until I have a loop. Just cross those wires until I have a nice loop there. And I'm going to twist to create another vine. Now, the easiest way to do this and to avoid this wrapping around the other wire is to hold both of my wires. This is the part, the short part that I left leading to the twist, and hold the long tail of the other wire and just twist. And you'll see the twists are going up the vine until I get to where the other twists are. And then again, I'm going to bring my wires together. My empty wires, I can give this one more twist. It's not quite at the top. Here we go. Then bring my wires together. Let's get over here. So I'm going to bring my wires together again. And I'm going to twist until I have another vine. Again, finger on top of one wire, thumb under the other wire, and twist them both together. So I have a twist and not a wrap. It's called, from what I understand, it's called an electrician's twist. Then I'm going to find the longest tail again, which is this one. And I'm going to put 3 more beads on. Now I saw this done by somebody who used 6/0 beads, which are about not quite half as small as these. So they put 6 beads on, but these are much bigger. So 3 beads is plenty. And, or no, I think they used 10/0 beads. Yeah. Anyway, so I got my beads on. I've got my little ½ inch there. I'm going to fold it over until I have a loop. And twist. go. And make another branch. Find my longest wire. Add 3 beads. And you can do this until you get it to the size that you want. If you see it's getting a little longer than you want it, then end it. Okay, give myself my 1/2 inch, fold it over into my loop, and twist. Nice. Wires together. Create another branch. Okay, find my longest wire, add some beads to it. Slide it down. Give myself my 1/2 inch. Make my loop. And do the twist. You know, we've done a number of twisted wire pieces in the last little while. Okay, let's make another vine. This twisting technique, it's really neat. The only thing that you have to be careful of is that you don't keep twisting in the same spot, because if you do, you can break your wire, and you don't really want to do that if you can avoid it. All right, let's put another 3 beads on. I think we're coming up on the finish on this one. Okay, slide it down until I have my 1/2 inch to create my vine. Cross my wires over. And twist. All right. One more, and we will be ready to finish this up. Okay. Create another branch. Find my longest wire and add some beads. Scoop my wire, my beads up at 1/2 inch. Cross my wires, create my loop. And twist. Yes, very nice. I can adjust the wires to look the way I want them to look. You can go over there, you can go over there. Yes, 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 yes. Let's put this one over here. Ooh, pretty. Okay, let's finish it off. Do I have space for one more? Maybe. I want one more. I guess I could just have to have space for my loop. Okay. Slide that on. Take my loop. That's my wires. Do my twist. All right, very nice. And now it's time to make my loop on my other end. All right, so I'm going to grab my round nose pliers and I'm going to grab one of my wires. All I need is about maybe 1 inch and 1/4 to 1.5 inches in order to make my loop, and that's just about what I have here. So I'm going to slide my wire down my pliers until it's near the back. Wrap my wire around my pliers until I have a loop. Like so. Yeah. About the same size as the other one. And then I'm going to so I've got this nicely crossed over. I was going to wrap it, but you know, I think I'm going to twist it so that it looks just like the branches. That is a good idea. So I've got my wires crossed over. I'm going to twist. Nice. And then this other wire, I think I'm going to wrap it around as well. But let's go ahead and get rid of this little tail. This little end, I'm going to push it down against the other wires so it won't snag on anything. And here we go. And I'm going to wrap this other tail around as well. I'm all for using all my wire up. Wrap that around. And push down the ends. Push those ends down nice and snug. There we go. And there's my flowering branch. Isn't that neat? You can arrange them the way you want them to look. I kind of bend them up so I don't want them straight out because that just looks like straight wire. So bend them up so that they look like little branches. And that's the other thing. You don't want all of the twists in between to be the exact same. It's supposed to look like a tree. They're supposed to look like tree branches. So you want it Want them to all look different, like you would see the branches of a tree. Isn't that neat? I love it. There we go. Now all we need to do, scoot this up here a little bit. I could play with this forever. I won't though. Oh, that is so neat. So now what we need to do is attach it to our chain so that we can have a necklace. All right. So what I've got here, I wanted about 18 inches is the standard length of a necklace. And that's what I'm going with. This is so cute. I love it. Anyway, so let me get away from that. So I've got 15 inches of chain here because my pendant is about 3 inches long. So I want an 18-inch necklace. I've got 15 inches of chain. I'm going to cut it in half. So that I can attach it. Now what I could do is go ahead and attach it and then cut it in half. That's what I'll do. Sometimes it's fun to shake things up a little bit. Comes out the same, so why not? Okay, so what I need to do is put jump rings on to attach them to my end loops. Now, I usually show the proper way to open and close a jump ring, but these, actually, I've never seen anything like it. These came open when I ordered them. They were already open, which is nice, but then I can't teach you anything. So I'm going to close it and show you the proper way to open a jump ring. Here is not the proper way. Boop, you don't pull it apart. You don't pull the ends apart. What you do is twist the ends in the opposite direction. So here's the opening. It's kind of hard to see, but here's the opening of my jump ring. So what I'm going to do is twist one side up and the other side down using 2 pairs of pliers until I have an open jump ring. Now, I'm going to show you again a different way to do it. Close this up and see, when you do it that way, in order to close it, all you have to do is that and a little bit of adjusting. So much easier. So there's my opening. There's 1 pair of pliers. Take my thumb, push down, and my jump ring's open. Nice, neat, and tidy. So there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. Or the other way is just to use your fingers and twist. All right, so let's put 1 jump ring on the end of my chain. Find the very last loop. Slide a jump ring in the opening and close. Just like that. Now I want to make sure that the ends are flush together. I don't want any chance of my chain slipping out. So I will take my pliers and just wiggle it a little bit until the ends are backing up to each other. Like that. Nice and closed. Let's go to the other side and do the other one. Okay. Slide my jump ring in that last loop. And then here's the other way to close it. Put 1 plier on either side and just twist it until it's closed. There we go. Now I need to attach it. I shouldn't have closed it. So I'm going to have to open it again. Open it up. and attach it to one of my loops. Close it up. Nice and tight. Go to the other side. Open up my jump ring. Here's the opening. So nicely closed, I can't even see it. Open it up and attach it to the other side. And close it. There. Now, if you want to make a longer necklace than 18 inches, you can always do that, and then you don't even have to put jump rings and a clasp on the other side. You can just put it over your head. But because we are using jump rings and a clasp, what I want to do is cut this in half. So I want to find the center and just cut it. Cut the ring of my chain. And it's probably easier to find, I'm just eyeballing it, it's probably easier to find the center if you don't have it attached. So just keep that in mind. There we go. That little ring off of there. Let's grab a jump ring. Slide it over the last ring of my chain. And attach my lobster clasp. Slide that on and close up my ring. And adjust it until it's nicely closed. Now, depending on the kind of chain that you have, if your links are big enough, you won't need another jump ring. But if you do, you do. Put another jump ring on the other side. I'm out of there. Again, the last link of my chain, slide my jump ring on. Close it up. Adjust it until it's nicely, perfectly closed. Close, 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 nice and tight. I think that's good. I have to make sure it's very, very tight. If I can get my fingernail in, it's not tight enough. So it's nice and tight. And then all I have to do is fasten it. And there's our necklace. Cherry blossoms, we are ready for you. Oops, it's got caught in my jump ring. I'm off of there. There. All right, there it is. There's my cherry blossom, my blossoming vine necklace. Isn't that neat? I had originally hoped that I could like put these little things on and make it actual petals, but you can't do that with the twists, unfortunately. Doesn't work. I tried everything I could think of, but I just couldn't make the magic of that happen. That's okay. This is very pretty. What do you think about that? I like it. All right. That's our piece for today. So here's my necklace. What do you think? Do you like it? I do. It's lightweight. Oh my gosh, it's got a lot of color. I love it. So there is our cherry blossom necklace. Now, I wanted to show you something because I kind of used a similar technique on something else to look like grapevines. And I just made I had been looking at, excuse me, some pictures of old award shows or something like that. And I saw where they were using these necklaces that just hang around the neck. I'm trying to forget which designer I remember which designer it was. I cannot think of it. But anyway, it had some beautiful necklaces that just hang around your neck. And so I created one sort of like grapevine, and I love this. And I thought, I don't know how it would not be a difficult video. It's just a lot more of the vines and they're a lot closer together. Should put it on, but if anybody has any interest in seeing how to do this, it's basically just goes over your neck and hangs. It's very, very graceful, and it just goes, really, it just goes over your head. That's it. It just hangs there. It's so neat, and it was fun to make. It's easy to wear. It will dress up anything. And of course, this I did with crystals, as you can see. And it just came out beautifully. If anybody has any interest in seeing how this is made, let me know, and I will create a video in order to do it. We did one loop necklace with something that was a lot easier. But this is art, and I absolutely love it. I guess we could. No, I like it hanging. It does move. It moves because this is so heavy. Well, it's not heavy, but it's heavier than the wire, so it just kind of shifts around a little bit. Let me see if I can put it on and you can kind of see what it looks like along with the other one. So that's not going to show very well with the other one around my neck. But anyway, this is what it looks like when you put it on. And it just hangs. It just hangs on your neck. Isn't that neat? I like it. And I think it's very pretty and very inventive, and you can reshape these if you want so that they hang the way you want them to. But if anybody's interested in a video that will show you how to do this, it's literally the exact same technique that we used for this. It's just the way you put them together. I would be happy to do the video. Meanwhile, I'm showing you something that we haven't made today. Meanwhile, we are finished with this particular project. And if you, again, these videos are free, get in touch with me at jewelrygen20@gmail.com. If you have any questions or suggestions or feedback, I'd love to hear it. If you're looking for a particular video that you've lost track of, just give me a description. I'll see if I can find it for you. I will send you the link. They are absolutely always 100% free to you sponsored by the DeKalb County Library System, and we love bringing them to you. So contact me at jewelrygen20@gmail.com. That's JEWELRYGIN20@gmail.com, or go on the library Facebook page, which is facebook.com/DeKalb Library, facebook.com/DEKALBLIBRARY, and go to the search engine, put in Jewelry with Jen, and all enter, and all of the videos will come up. That's it. That's it for today. If you have any questions or anything like that, just get in contact with me. If you make one of these lovely little necklaces, I would love to see your version of it. Please send that to me on my email as well, or post it on the library Facebook page. Either one, we would love to hear from you and see what you do. Until next time, have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the weekend.